It was a Tuesday evening that started just like many other nights we had shared together. After being married for 7 years, I really wanted to make things special. I put in the work to get a nice table at her favorite Italian place. I was picturing a quiet, sweet dinner where it would just be the two of us, enjoying each other's company. I could almost smell the fresh bread and garlic in the air before we even arrived. But as we sat there across from each other, I could tell in my gut that something was off. It was like a little voice inside me was whispering that things were not right. She did not seem interested in her pasta at all, even though she usually loves it. Instead of looking at me, she kept peeking at her phone, and then she would glance back at the door of the restaurant, as if she was waiting for someone else to walk in. I tried to tell myself she was just tired from a long day at the office. I had absolutely no idea that this very night would change everything for us forever. I just wanted everything to be normal and happy between us. When our main food finally came to the table, I tried to make things feel normal. I told a silly story about a funny thing that happened at work. Usually, she would give me a sweet smile or maybe even roll her eyes at my bad jokes. But this time, her face just stayed blank and empty. She stared down at her plate, like she did not even recognize the food sitting there. A cold worry started to grow inside me. I softly asked her if everything was okay. When she looked up at me, the warmth I used to see in her eyes was gone. It felt like looking at a stranger from very far away. Then she said the words that hit me like a ton of bricks. She said, "We need to talk." I put my fork down very slowly. I could already feel a heavy weight pushing against my chest, making it hard for me to breathe. She took a big breath, like she was about to jump into a freezing cold pool of water. Then, with a voice that was so calm it actually scared me, she said, "I'm seeing someone else." The words did not feel like a big explosion like you see in the movies. There was no shouting, no breaking plates, and no big scene. Instead, the words just sat there on the table between us. They felt heavy and very real. For a little while, I could not even move my body. I just sat there, perfectly still, trying to wrap my brain around what I had just heard. All around us, life was just going on like normal. I could hear other people laughing over their glasses of wine. I heard the sound of metal forks scratching against plates. People were talking about their day, completely unaware that my whole world was breaking into pieces right next to them. It is so strange how a marriage can end in total silence while the rest of the world keeps spinning around you. I felt so alone in that crowded room while the candles burned low on the tables around us. I reached for my water glass and took a very slow sip. I managed to find a few words deep inside me. I just said, "Thank you for telling me." That was all I had. I think my reaction really surprised her. She probably thought I would get angry or start crying, but I did not have the energy for a big show. For a long time now, I had felt her drifting away. I had noticed her coming home late, the short text messages, and the way her eyes did not light up when I walked into the room anymore. Deep down in my heart, I think I already knew the truth, but I was too afraid to say it. I had seen all the signs for a very long time. She started to explain how it happened. She said it was not something she planned to do. She said she met him and they just connected. And she never meant to hurt me. To me, her words sounded like she had practiced them in the mirror. I did not stop her or get mad. I just nodded my head every now and then. I was not saying I was okay with it. I was just letting her finish what she had to say. I wanted her to feel heard, even if my heart was breaking. When she finally stopped talking, she looked at me like she wanted me to say it was okay, or to tell her I forgave her. I did not do that. I just folded my napkin very neatly and put it next to my plate. I said, "I hope he gives you what you're looking for." I truly meant that I wanted her to find what was missing. We finished the meal without saying another word. When the bill came, I paid it quietly. Outside, the air was chilly and crisp. She asked if I would be okay driving home by myself. I let out a tiny, sad laugh. "I'll be fine," I told her. I walked away from the fake life we had been living. The drive home was very quiet. My mind was like a movie screen, playing back all our memories. I thought about our very first date and the way we danced at our wedding. All those happy times felt like echoes from a different life now. I felt like I was watching someone else's life. When I got to the house, I packed a small bag and left. I stayed at a friend's house that night. In the days that followed, I chose to stay quiet. 2 weeks later, I filed for us to live apart. I felt something I did not expect. I felt free. Knowing the truth gave me a kind of peace. Now, when I wake up, I feel lighter. I can breathe easier. I am no longer tied to someone who could not see how special our bond was. I am ready to start my new life. I know it will be hard, but I am ready to be happy again on my own terms. I deserve a life that is honest and full of real love and kindness every single day.